Hey everybody, welcome to
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, you down in life a little bit? You need some help? Check out today's episode. We got a guest. His name's Vinny. He's here. He's a life coach. Check it out. See what he has to say. See what he has to do. And contact him. Certainly can't hurt, right?
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, it's Deno. We're back with another episode of Saki to Me. We got Casey here.
Hello, everyone.
Casey, tell us who else we have with us.
We have my friend Vinny.
Yeah, buddy. What's up, everyone?
So, Vin, how are you?
I'm living the dream, my friend.
There you go.
Just out here doing the Lord's work, trying to get in a good podcast, see what the hell happens today.
Proud of you. You going to a sleepaway camp soon?
Absolutely. I actually run it, so.
Whoa.
Yeah, buddy.
It's overnight. That's neat.
Sometimes.
Sounds more like a nightmare than the dream.
I
I'm not gonna lie here.
Might be some people's nightmares at my camp. But anyways, we're not going to go there today because that's dangerous.
That's the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Not much. We had you in here. I've been dying to get you on here.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is my second guest appearance on a podcast. I'm feeling almost famous.
Well, that's
if I
what-
get one more, I'm fucking Justin Bieber.
There you go.
That's it. I'm going to be really important pretty soon.
That was my next question. What's your podcast? Tell everybody.
My podcast is Change of Plans. We usually do it once a week, usually Wednesdays, but we're moving it to Thursdays this week because of you guys and being so gracious and letting me crash your podcast. So pretty excited about that. It's probably similar to this one. We talk about everyday stuff. Usually do a rundown of the week, and then I do some life coaching on top of what I really do for work. So we tie in some of that stuff, me and my partner Joe, and we just go out, have fun, kick it a little bit. But I'm excited to be on this one. It's always good to chat with different people, figure out, everyone's views and all that stuff. So I'm excited. I'm going to go with the flow. Hopefully I don't kill your viewership or listenership.
It'd be really hard. It'd be really hard to do that. But no, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We were kicking it a little earlier. I think we have some good vibes. I know I had to pull you away from your video games, so you were pretty excited when I got here.
Well, it is Bond GoldenEye.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but you were in it to win it.
Get out of here.
You were,
Just get out of here.
Well, your dog did pee on me too. So
She did.
That's our mascot, Miss Mans.
yeah, I'm in with the dog. I petted her. She squatted, pissed
Now
on
they're
the
best
floor.
friends.
Now she's just chilling right next to your feet.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's good times.
So life coaching, how's that go?
It's so this is the way I describe it, and my technique is I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do because what I did for myself may not work for you. So
True
I
story.
think people lumping into the therapy, but I think therapy makes you aware of what your problems may be, but you don't get the solutions, right? You go every week, you're talking the same shit to your therapist. I have these issues. They're like, hey, you have these issues. And I'm like, no shit, but how do you fix it? I think for me, my coaching style is it's very conversational, kind of like this. But through the questions I ask, you figure out what works for you. So, and it can be anything. Like I focus on balance in life. So I'm not going to help you get rich or do this, that, and the third. It's really finding that balance between your professional life, your personal life, your health, and that wheel of life that you have. If you cut up your wheel of life into pies, you have a family aspect, you have your professional aspect, you have your health aspect, you have your business aspect, and it's really trying to find that balance of where you're at. So that's what I really try to focus on. I started about a year ago, but I'm also an attorney, which takes up the majority of my time. But I got through the coaching. Wow! This was getting real sensitive.
No.
I didn't realize this was a manly show. So fuck that shit. If you got problems, deal with it yourself. And if they don't like it, punch them in the face.
No, I was just kidding.
Yeah, that was really getting really sentimental. So, but that's kind of what I do on the side. I'm an attorney by day. I got a dog rescue. It's kind of what I do. And
Really?
Yeah. So
Nice.
I got it's Positive Paradise Rescue. It's ran out of Nashville, and we run the dogs up here. And we just got like 8 in from Honduras that we're placing. We get them up from all over the country. We work with other rescues. So I do that, and then I got a stepson. So busy with the football, baseball.
So you're
running around.
You're balancing work and life.
You have a lot of free time, it sounds like.
No, but it's wild. Like for me, like I didn't have kids of my own, so learning the parent balance was interesting. But what I find is that, I really don't like being a lawyer, but it allows me to pursue things that I'm really passionate about. So I'm sure you guys know too that like you're busy working all day, but like if you're doing something you're passionate about, it's not really work.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So like, you both work all day, then you come do the podcast. Like it may be the last thing you want to do, but it's actually fun because you're passionate about it. So like I have a lot of stuff going on. I tend to take on a lot of things, but it's passionate things. So for me, it's not really work.
I find myself literally sitting here for like 12 hours after work, just staring at a screen, which I never thought I would have done.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's like my biggest hobby that I think I've had. Now that I'm older, besides softball. But
one of those guys.
Oh yeah.
Is that your softball shirt? This guy's wearing his big dog softball shirt.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, big dog?
Yeah. That is funny. I knew you were a softball guy.
You can tell by my shirt.
I can just tell by your energy, bro. You got that softball guy energy. Like
You should have been a private eye.
yeah,
You can pick up on the little clues.
Yeah, I'm like a human lie detector too. Like I'm the. Like it's hilarious, but like you said, you find your passion projects, and I think it changes as you get older, right?
That's
like,
where I was going. It most certainly does. And actually, I want to get into you a little bit because
that sounded weird, by the way. He's not getting into me right now. There's no video on here, so I'm going to try to find that shit on the internet.
Very rarely do I do something like that.
Yeah, you did.
But I did it right there.
Do kids say pause or cap or like whatever say when?
I want to talk about getting older because I've noticed changes that nobody ever talks about. Yeah. There's things I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? Why am I so angry?
But I think it's crazy that people don't. You're right. People don't talk about it, but like it's a bad thing. Like if you're doing the same shit at 45 that you were doing at 30, that's the fucking issue, right? Like that is the issue. Like when you're talking to people and they're like, oh, I want to do this. I wish I was here. Well, what have you been doing to get there? If you're doing the same shit you did yesterday and expecting a different result,
that's
stupid.
Insanity.
Yeah, right. Like it is. But like it's okay to be in a different spot in life because that's where you want to be when you're older.
And you need to change.
And you definitely need to change. And I think also, too, it's okay to make a change now, right? Like, it's like we're so like, well, we're supposed to be here at this age group. Like 45, we're supposed to have it all figured out. But like, I don't want to have it all figured out. I want to be able to adjust and change. Like, if I want to pursue a passion at 45 or 50, let me go do it.
Right.
As long as it's not at the detriment to everything else I have going in life. But I just don't understand I'm so, people are so worried about change or you have these expectations, but.
That's how they get stuck in those ruts.
Yeah.
And then everything fails because you're not fulfilling yourself.
Well, correct. I think if I tell my clients, and especially parents have a difficult time with it, is making yourself the number one priority.
Yeah.
Right? And it sounds selfish, but everything starts with you. So if you're good, then your wife or your girlfriend's good, your kids are good, your employees or coworkers are good. But when you're having a bad day, I promise you, it's almost guaranteed that everyone else in your sphere is having a bad day because they're feeding off that energy.
100%.
So but on the flip side, you can't go Gary Vee and Tony Robbins, just follow your passions and you'll figure it out. Like that's fucking stupid too because hey, we all got fucking bills.
We all have
right?
bills.
Like I want to pet puppies for a living, but I'm not gonna go fucking make money doing it, right? Like that's not paying for fucking travel baseball this summer.
Exactly.
To pet fucking puppies. So I think you have to find that balance of hey, you gotta live real life and have a job, but also have that 20 minutes or a half hour a week. That's all it really takes of that passion project. Because even if you have a little bit of time, it changes your fucking life because you have something to look forward to.
Something to do, something to look forward to.
And you're growing, right? You're not just like 45 and fucking working 9 to 5 and just being miserable.
Get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep.
Home.
Get up, go to work.
And I tell people when I was married, like I was fortunate. We had a big house. My ex-wife had a great job. Like we're making money, but that's all I had. Like I got home, I was trying to outwork my wife. She's trying to outwork me.
Well, that's a healthy competition.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like it definitely. Well, it wasn't for me, because I think we got caught up in our professional lives, and then you're defined by that, right? Like you didn't have that why. So like you have a son, and you guys have kids, like whatever. But like I didn't have that. So like now that I have a stepson, my why is different, right? Like before I was just like, hey, I got to keep up with the fucking Joneses, but now I don't mind working so much because I got my why, and that's my kid and my family. So it's like you got to find that balance. I think, especially as parents, it's you want to be able to provide, but providing is not just financially. It's because you could ask. Like I wish my parents had more time to spend with me, but they were both working multiple jobs, right?
And that's where we learn from.
Yeah, I think, and it is, and you have to, as a parent, you have to get out of that mentality of, well, if I provide, like you say, like a husband or a wife, whoever's making the money is like, well, I provide, that's all I need to do. You could ask the other person, I'd rather have the time over the money any day of the week. And that my wife is I'm a stuff person, so I like giving stuff. I like giving gifts. My wife is a experience.
Hi, my name's
person.
Dedo.
Right, like, hey, I got this cool thing, I got this watch, or I got a Nintendo 64, and like, I got this stuff, right? Like, and my wife's like, I'm about experiences, so
Right. She doesn't care about the stuff.
correct.
One little example is I just set up that 64 out in my living room. I got the little converter to put it on the new TVs, and I was all excited. My son was supposed to leave today with his mother at 2.
Yeah.
And we had you coming in for the show and everything, and he's still here. I'm like, oh crap, he's here. Well, now I gotta pretend like I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like the last thing you want to do.
Yeah,
You gotta put it all together, and that's why I was in there yelling.
Yeah, no, but I think it's tough, but I think like even in that small window, I could guarantee you, your kid notices, hey, you spent an extra 3 hours with me. They might not say it,
Right.
but they notice those things.
That's what they notice the most.
Like 1,000%, like that, like 3 hours. Hey, I got to kick it with Dad, play Nintendo 64 and all this stuff, and then in his head he's like, damn, like he spent time with me, but he's also doing this other hustle, right? So he sees that as well. So
That's what
I
I'm
think
trying to
that's
instill in
important.
him is the work ethic. You go and do it. Like I picked this up just because at a certain point in time I didn't have anything, so I had to do something to keep from going crazy.
Well, and you find something you're passionate about.
That was it, yeah.
And I think with kids nowadays, there's so much instantaneous shit on the internet. Like they think it's like this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How do you teach patience?
Oof. I will say, so I came into my stepson's life when he's 12, and he's like 17 going on 65. But he is getting to that age now where it's, well, this happened that quickly. Colleges aren't looking at me like, I think they don't understand the time it took to get to where you need to be at. But I think that's just leading by example. And that's my biggest problem is I'm not a very patient person. I'm going 100 miles an hour, and I have to constantly remind myself I have eyes on me now. And really take a step back. And I think what I tell myself and what I tell him is time is your biggest commodity now. It's not the money you make, it's your time. So
And it's how you spend it.
yeah, right? But I also, I kind of got in an argument with my wife. So he didn't get a job this summer, and his mom and dad were on him about getting a job. He ended up starting like a quarterback camp for the youth. He did that for 4 weeks. But And frankly, I don't know why they were bitching because he just uses my credit card anyway. So
Wow. But he actually started a camp?
he did. So he did it on his own. He's very much like his mom. His mom is very entrepreneurial. Like starts her own. She has a full-time job, has her own business. She's always doing that stuff. But I had told his mom, I was like, let him be a kid. Like he's been on the grind ever since I knew him between baseball, football, all summer. And like this is the summer where he got to golf, go fishing. Like, he's like, I've had the greatest summers. He's had friends over because he's breathing. I'm like, and you have time to do all that, but enjoy life.
Is it me, or am I seeing this wrong? Or are parents being over impulsive with sports?
For sure. So I helped coach his AAU team like 2 summers ago for baseball. And I mean, that whole AAU racket, it's a fucking racket. You don't got to be good at sports anymore to play these travel teams.
Don't get me started.
I
just fought my entire family over it.
Yeah, and I will tell you it's a business. Parents have to understand that. Parents have to take a step back and realize it's not you playing, it's your child. You're living through your kid. I think and have realistic expectations. And I get it. Every parent thinks your kid's the best. And if you don't think that, then you're an asshole because parents should think that. But from a sports perspective, I could tell you I had a parent that was like, my kid's not playing and I paid $4,000 for this team. And I'm like, well, you paid $4,000 for him to have friends. right?
Get a
Like,
uniform.
like you know
Yeah.
that I know that you know he can't play baseball.
No, you paid $4,000 for you to have friends.
What,
Yeah.
what? No, but like even if it's fine if you know your kid stinks at a sport, but you want him to do something over the summer, right?
There's
Like,
a
and you
million
got the
things to
money.
do.
Yeah, but if you got the money, you want him to travel around and be on a baseball team. I'm cool with it. Like, I'm cool, be on the team, but like, I don't want to hear about the playing time, right? Like,
yeah.
I just don't want to hear about it because one, we're in Connecticut. Let's just keep it real. Like, I've done enough travel ball where we're not down south. Unless your kid is not going fucking pro, okay? And it's infuriating. But I think baseball parents out of all travel sports, maybe soccer's worse, but I never got into soccer. But baseball parents, they're all fucking crazy. Like you're all nuts. Everyone's the next big thing.
Yes.
I think football parents are a little more realistic. And you don't get that travel aspect with the football as much. They started doing the 7-on-7 stuff.
Yeah.
Which I went to a big tournament down south. They had like 220 teams, and those kids are legit. But for me, being an outsider, like I'm walking into all of it too. You got to remember, I didn't have a kid,
Oh,
so like
you missed the up until 12.
I did. So when I came in, like I did come in as that overzealous fucking dude, though. Like I'm like
You missed the part where they're all friends, and you're into
Right.
the part where they're all like,
competition,
Well-
and I'm better than them, and why are they getting that time? And oh my god,
like I came in and like no one knew me, and I came in like, well, fuck it, like. I got a couple bucks. Yo, he's getting the baseball bats, the cleats. I'm not even asking his dad. I thought his dad was gonna fucking kill me. Like you know. But it's like I was so crazy that we were in a tournament in New York, and the kids are like, "Yo, we want Vin on the first base bag." Because I'm a fucking maniac, bro. Like I don't gotta abide by parent rules. I didn't sign any slips. I can say whatever the fuck I want, right? So
sign a contract.
So I get wind from the head coach, great guy, Lance Stevens, and he's a super laid back Cali guy, like fucking just super chill. And I'm everything opposite than that. And I get
East
wind.
Coast.
He's like, well, he has to fucking try out. I'm like, fucking try out? You know who the fuck I am? I'm like, cool. I went to Dick's in New York. I came out. I had like the fucking knickers on, Nickers. Okay, I'm just clearing that up right now. Like the stirrups. I had eyeliner on, shades, and like chains.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like, yo, coach. And he
to
couldn't
try
say
out for
no.
a first base coach?
Oh, I didn't have to try out. He's not going to say no. What am I going to sit in the crowd looking like a fucking idiot? And, but like, I was out, like, I didn't know the balance when I came in. Like, so.
Did you not realize at that point the balance was probably a little off as well?
No, because like, I cannonball into shit. Like, so, like, if I'm doing it, it's 100%.
go hard or go home.
Yeah, so like I got him a quarterback coach. He's a quarterback. So I remember like I would show up and I got like fucking man tights on. I got receiver gloves. And I'm out here running routes. And first of all, like in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm so fucking athletic. And then I'm like, look at the film. Who is the fucking fat chubby dude who's running like with one leg? I broke 4 fingers, like fucking tore up a knee. Like I didn't even give a shit. I was crazy. And all the parents were like, it was so bad. Like the dad was videotaping me running routes with the kid.
Oh, no.
I'm like,
What is he
Yeah,
trying to
bro.
do? Send through a college?
yeah, like
Look how funny this is.
I'm like, that's kind of awkward. But yeah, like all the dads like knew I was an amateur dad. They're like, fucking rookie. Look at this overzealous douchebag. But yeah, I definitely think that parents live through the kids, and I think parents need to ease up on that. And these parents are like, it's too much social media. Me and my wife get in an argument about that all the time, like too much Snapchat. But I'm like, this is the way they communicate now. Like they don't need to adjust to the way we did things. We need to adjust
Just
to
the way
them.
they do them.
Correct,
Because that's where we are now.
Yes, and it's very different, and it's okay. I think there are some of the other things, though. Like, I remember one day he was like, man, I wish I could just go outside like you did and hang out with people. I'm like, bro, the door fucking opens up, bro. It's not a...
The
Go
bike's,
on out.
the bike's in the garage.
But to his point, he's like, that's cool, but look at the neighborhood, and there's no more neighborhoods.
I'm actually lucky. I live in a nice little neighborhood, and all the kids go outside and play. But we've talked about that before.
I did, but then
Yeah.
I suffered the same affliction.
Yeah, I did too. I got kicked out of my cool cul-de-sac, and now I'm like old people cul-de-sac. But like I remember, like, I mean, even growing up in Bristol, like now you're not going to send your kid out there to run around the West End or Union Street or the Hill or wherever.
I mean,
but
I don't
like,
know that I ever would have gone out onto Union Street.
I did. I did.
Really?
I did a lot. But like my parents like just get home, right? Like, but like you knew the other parents down the street, right? Like we all kind of raised each other, and you don't have that now. I think. I mean, I do a lot of criminal work, and I always tell people the hood becomes a neighborhood after something bad happens. But other than that, these kids just don't go outside and be like, hey, I'm going to meet up with Johnny and go ride bikes and shit. Like, they don't do it anymore. It's weird.
No, they don't. And you used to know where everybody was because the pile of bikes in the front yard.
What, like 1,000%. Now you know where everybody is because of the Snapchat shit.
Yeah.
But I also
think
the
GPS track, whatever.
Yeah, or like the Life 360, which I think is fucking weird.
I find it to be so invasive and so awkward. I'm like, why do you do that?
Like one, why do you want to know where your kid's at all the time? Because like if you have that type of kid, then you got some parenting issues.
You have parenting issues. Thank you. If you don't trust your kid and you got to be on Life 360.
I don't have Life.
That's on
360.
you.
Yeah, like so my wife will track the kid's cell phone. Oh, because he doesn't, the Apple phone, you can see where
That's
the other.
what I have.
Like, and he's not gonna listen to this, so I can say that. But I remember, like I'd be in the fucking shower, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's dead," and I'm like, "What do you mean? He's at the stoplight too long," and I'm like, "Motherfucker!"
Oh, no,
I'm like hanging out, I'm like,
okay.
"Yo, bro, call your mom right now, yo. I'm gonna fucking kill somebody." And with him too, like when I say he's the last kid you have to fucking worry about, but I think the big drawback from all that is their ability to communicate. Like, just carry a conversation.
It's hard.
They're especially like the COVID kids who like that 8th grade to 9th transition it was really weird.
Yeah.
And he's just coming out of it, but like he doesn't like going to malls, like big crowds, like shows or stuff like that. Like he would always, every once in a while he comes to work with me and he's like, "Mom, Vin just doesn't stop talking to everybody. Like he's either on the phone or But I'm like, that's how I get business, how I navigate. That's how I grow as a person. You have conversations. And I'm like, listen, dude, you just got to have a conversation with somebody. And I think that's what I get worried about with the younger generation, because there's so much information. It's so easy to navigate, to get information or get to the next spot without having to interact with anybody. But at some point, you're going to come up with life like, yo, dude, there's a real person on the other end of the shit, and you got to figure it out.
And life is hard.
Dude, for sure.
Life is hard. And you're sitting in a room talking to everybody behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
You don't even know what life is like yet.
You don't. Like, he would, he had said something, and I'm like, what adult shit do you do? Like, like, what adult stuff do you do? And you shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't know how hard life is yet. Cause I remember when as someone who didn't have a kid, right? Like, we were dinks, double income, no kids. I would be like, yo, fuck that shit. My kid's gonna work. Fuck, if I ever had a kid, I'm stalling out here. Bro, he ain't doing shit. Like I want him to have, but I will say, if he wasn't so humble and grateful for it, it'd be a different story.
It's a huge point.
It's
completely different story.
Yeah.
Some kids just think they're entitled to it.
Well, and it's
mine does.
Yeah,
and I have to slap, not physically, but I got to kind of slap them in the face with reality every once in a while. I'm like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah, you have to let him know. I mean, I will tell you, like, my stepson knows the buck stops with me. Like, you fuck around, you find out.
Yeah.
Like. Oh, you got a C on a quiz when you're a National Honor Society student. That means you fucked around. I don't get to give a C effort on Tuesday because I didn't feel like it. I was like, do it again.
Exactly.
Like, all of this shit, like, it starts and ends with me. Like, I will, and he'll get mad. He'll go downstairs. And then he'll be like, you know what, you're right. Right? Like, so my wife gets mad because she says I spoil him. And my wife can be happy and homeless. She'd go live in a fucking tent and just be like, oh my God, life is great. Right? My wife is an angel.
That's a wonderful human being.
It is, but
hey.
Yeah, no, like, for sure. But we get in big arguments, like, oh, he doesn't need this, he doesn't need that. I know he doesn't need it, but I want to do it. Right? Like, I want to do it for him, and he's not taking it for granted. So, it's trying to find that balance of, being a parent, being respectful, but also letting your kid breathe and be a kid.
That's the hardest part. Because you want to let him be a kid.
Yeah, and I think it's much more difficult when you have your own kid. Like for me, I have a bird's eye view. I love my stepson, and I think of him as my son, but the reality is I'm a step removed. So I have this helicopter view of everything that's going on, and given the fact that I also do a lot of divorce and custody work, I know how to find this balance. I knew my lane. Honestly, like, the biggest adjustment was for his dad. It wasn't an adjustment for me, right? Like, I'm a dad's worst fucking nightmare. Like, I'm like if you're like a dad that like, you're not raising my fucking kid type dad, like, yeah, I'm a problem. And And it was like not a rough go, but like for like 3 years. And I remember we had a conversation. I'm like, listen, it was at his baseball banquet. I'm like, dude, I'm just riding your coattails, bro. Like you did all the hard shit. Like I'm coming in like fun times. And he's like, I really appreciate you said that. You're doing all this for him. And now ever since then we go golfing, like do whatever.
That's absolutely wonderful for the kid.
But it's awesome that his dad did it. Like, because like I said, I don't got any beef with the dad. Like, we weren't married. Like, hey, it is what it is. But it got to a point, like, we went to, like, so my stepson had 2 concussions last year in football. And so we had to take him to a neuro. And mom couldn't get there. Dad was working. I was like, yo, I'll take the kid. I'll meet you there. Whatever. I'll meet up with the dad. And so I go in, and dad's like, you know, like a lawn guy, like he manages this lawn. He's this big fucking dirty dude, like looks like a man, right? Like, and I show up with like all black, like I just left the city with a diamond chains and J's on and like a fucking knitted hat. And we're looking in the waiting room, me and him make eye contact, and everyone in there was like, yo, there's the bear and there's the cub, like whatever that fucking terms everyone uses. And so we're walking down the hallway, and the nurse was like, hey, you know, you guys can wait out in the hallway. And the kid's like, no, those are my 2 dads. And I'm like, bro. You're my homeboy. Yeah. So the doctor comes in. You're my special boy. You know, the doctor comes in and he's, he's skipping along. He's like, oh my God, my 2 dads. And I'm like, no, bro.
It's not meant that way.
Yeah, so, or like we were at a football game and the kid scores a touchdown. And like me and the dad are going fucking nuts. Like, and he's got, like, the kid's lanyard on. I make these custom shirts with his name and number on it. And so, like, he's hugging me, and this guy's, like, giving me a dirt. I'm like, yo, grow up, bro. It's 2023, dude. It's perfectly normal.
In about 10 years, we're all going to be like this.
But I think from a divorced parent aspects, I always tell people that it's not an 18-year bid. It's a lifelong bid. Very true. You know, so you got 2 choices. It's either you could work this shit out and you don't have to like each other, but you could tolerate each other for the purposes of your kid, or it's going to be a fucking nightmare your entire life.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's, you know, you get the, well, I can't believe, you know, this person did this. Well, you can, you're divorced. Like, you know what? It's coming. Like, none of this is a shock, right? But if your kid's happy and healthy and you guys parent different, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the common goal is the best interest of the child. It's not you winning. And I think that's the frustrating thing in my job as far as being a lawyer is I'm very result focused and I'm very much, it's not winning. It's about, especially with kids. But like you see it, like even in sports, going back to travel baseball, you see the divorced parents and they're just like, who's the best parent? Who's a more supportive parent? And then you get the other ones that just don't fucking show up.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, see. Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, just not showing up to your kid's baseball game. Like, maybe you have work once in a while, but, like...
Yeah, I mean...
But you at least explain to him before, ahead of time. You make every game you can.
Yeah.
If you miss 1 or 2, okay, that's life.
That's life, but, like, it's... Or the other thing, though, too, this is what I don't understand about baseball parents. Like, high school baseball starts at, like, 3 o'clock, and all these parents are there. I'm like, don't you have fucking jobs?
Yeah.
Right?
Like, how does that
It's like they take a half day to go.
The middle school thing is the same thing.
It's like,
3
bro,
o'clock.
must be nice.
Yeah.
Like, 3 o'clock, I told my daughter, I was like, dude, plus... Little League and travel. I said, there's no way I'm making every single one of your games.
Yeah,
I'll make what I can,
like,
but there's just no way.
It's tough. Like, for me, it's a little bit easier because I'm self-employed, but I still got shit. But then I look at my wife, and my wife is like superwoman, right? She's got a full-time job. She has her own business running like a fitness classes out of our house 4 days a week. Like, she was National Trainer of the Year for Beachbody way back in the day. Like
P90X?
She trained all those people, basically.
Beachbody.
Thank God she got a beach body. What up, I'm swinging way out of my straight. So my wife is going to be 49 this year, but she's aging like a mermaid.
No, 29.
No. I know. See, I'm a cougar hunter, bro. I like fucking older the better, dude. I like him almost dusty.
Proud of you.
Yeah, dude. Listen, I used to chase after my first grade teacher, my second year of first grade, Miss Jones.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah,
that explains a lot right there. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Second year of first grade.
You did first grade.
You want to hear another funny story? I still have a crush on my first grade teacher.
You know, I was just talking about that with my guy on my podcast last week, and I'm like, I wonder what Miss Jones looks like. He's like, bro, she's probably dead. And I'm like, I know, but back in the day, like, you know you're hot when your name is Miss Jones. Like, you gotta be hot. But, she was fire.
Hey, Miss Jones.
Yo, Miss Jones and Miss Al, shout out if you're listening out there. I still love you, ladies.
There you go.
That's your boy. If you're at Ingram Manor or Bellevue Convalescent Home.
Boy.
Or if you can still hear.
Yeah, definitely not.
Or
Definitely
if you know how to use a computer or a phone.
I see, my wife's lucky, though, because I like old ladies. So, like, I can't wait till she turns 50. Like, she's turning 50 next year.
I mean,
gonna be
let's
a
not
blowout,
pretend
isn't
that
it?
we're that much younger. But
No, you are. I point it out all the time because, like, when my wife was in high school graduating, I was in 8th grade. Like, there's a fucking difference. She's a pervert. A straight.
I am not going to
perv.
comment.
He's a pervert?
It's very hard to keep me speechless.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from that one.
Listen, she's a perv, dude. Like, listen, she was scouting me
Anywhere
out.
near that.
She was scouting me out. But yeah, she's. It was funny. So when I met my wife through a mutual friend. So I was going through my divorce, and I'm at court, and I'm a pretty put together guy. Like, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I know what I'm doing. Yeah, buddy. And but I was fucking so disheveled going through my divorce. I stopped taking business, so I'd show up. My head's like all stubbly because I don't have any hair for people who can't see me. Obviously, no one can see me because we're not doing video. But I'm like,
Just give it time. I just realized how to use microphones.
Yeah, fucking get a video, bro.
It's right there.
You're wasting all their good looks, and it's hot as hell in here. So I am glad we're not on video.
You're lucky because we're coming to the end.
Oh, that's it? This is all we got? I could do this all day, dude.
No shit.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sweating like I got a bomb strapped to my balls.
I never asked you how long your podcasts are.
I do an hour.
You do
and
an
some
hour?
change.
We can go. I don't mind. I usually do 25 to 30 minutes.
Bro, you got way too much talent to fucking cut yourself short, bro.
I got it. If I let it go all at once, the world will
you
not
gotta
be able to
save it.
hold on.
You gotta save it. No,
The world will not be able to hold it in.
We can keep it short.
I'll go an hour if you want. I don't mind talking. It's really all I can do well.
Exactly. He does talk pretty well.
It's my only attribute, a positive attribute, is talking.
It's your show. It's your show. I'll just talk forever. I'll get all my stories out now, then you'll never have me back again. So
That's part of it.
You can have him to yours.
That's kind of what I was hoping, to be honest.
No, without a doubt. I got
sit there with you guys.
Yeah, we'll do I'll figure it out over the next couple of weeks. I did another podcast. I think you probably fit well with them. My buddy Ian, he's in Florida. His partner's in Ireland. So when they do the show, he wakes up at like 12 in the morning. And he's fucking like Irish. It's fucking hilarious. And he says cunt like 75 fucking times.
Oh my God.
And they have a pretty cool, I think it's called Toxic Masculinity.
That's for me.
Yeah, it's a good show, but they just start with always the question, what is masculinity to you? And it starts the conversation.
That's what I was kind of asking you earlier.
Yeah.
It's like people, when you hit like 40 years old, somewhere up around there, you notice changes and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But nobody ever talks about
It's
it.
a good one. Wait till you hear what he calls it.
No, it's IMS.
What is that?
Irritable male syndrome.
Instead of PMS.
Yes,
IMS.
It is. I started doing TRT, so testosterone replacement therapy, like maybe 12 weeks ago. I feel fantastic, but I'm like, I got to do something, right? And no one ever wants to talk about it, but I'm like, dude,
there are just times where I get into a mode where I just want to beat the absolute piss out of somebody. Like, just like
that's
I'm so
different.
aggressive.
You got
I
some
don't,
fucking anger issues.
I don't.
Bro.
No, it's not anger. It's like literally like you're shaking. Like you're so mad, and everybody's in the wake. Like everybody's in a way, and you're irritable to people, and you're mean, and you're like, why am I like this?
Well, but if you look at it that way, like you're aware of it, you just got to figure out how to flip it, right? Like, so you got to figure out.
I figured that out.
Yeah,
but I'm still trying to figure out why it happens.
Well, that's. Well, maybe you should sign up for some coaching, bro. I'll help you out.
Hey.
But I'm the same way.
Do you have a coupon?
First one's free, buddy.
I'm getting older.
First one's free, dude. If you hit 50, I take AARP discounts.
That's how he gets you hooked.
Yeah,
First one's free.
But no, I get it, and I think the problem is, especially as men, we don't talk about it.
That's
right?
my point.
Like,
that was my point about the whole thing.
Yeah.
We don't talk. No man talks about this with another man.
No.
And
it's crazy because we're all experiencing something similar, right? And if I'm not, I may know someone who is.
Yeah.
And I think it also helps us in our relationships with girlfriends, wives, and whatnot, because then we have someone to talk with outside of our household, right? Because I think as men, we're still like cavemen. We're supposed to be the strong providers. Yeah. Like
back to cave.
I remember when I don't cry very much at all. I'm kind of a heartless individual when it comes to shit like that. Like, I'm very pragmatic. Someone died. Well, this is why they died, or they're old.
Did you cry when you got divorced?
Yeah, that was probably one of the 4 times in my life.
It's really one of the only times I really cried.
Yeah. And my ex-wife was like a fucking sniper. She's like, oh, you're stone cold, bro. She was just a killer. She's staring at me like, hey, we'll be friends. And I'm like, I don't want to be friends. Like, being a bitch. I had like my divorce playlist. I'd be sleeping in my guest bedroom, hoping she hears my Chris Stapleton song.
I woke up every morning listening to MASH, the theme song.
Yeah.
You know the name of that song?
No.
Suicide is Painless.
Yeah, dude, yeah. I love me some. I still love sad songs, dude. I got this one now. It's the saddest song ever, but I love it. But yeah, so I had. Speaking of not being able to be like a dude and like fucking share your feelings, so I remember my stepson. We were in the state championship game last year, and he was killing it the first 4 games of the season. Gets knocked out. Comes back, gets the team to the state championship, and when I tell you this guy is just such a fucking leader, like. Good kid, just the perfect human being. And his head coach, he had thrown a bad interception. His head coach would scream, "Man, you didn't want to take a hit. You're scared, blah, blah, blah." So 20 seconds left before the half, he steps up in the pocket, throws a touchdown, gets fucking whaled in the head. So I see him on the sidelines, and so Mike and Claudia, his dad and mom, were down talking to the fucking doctor, and I just saw the doctor holding the helmet. And I just saw him. Like, I knew the conversation. I fucking lost it.
Oh,
like,
boy.
I fucking... Like, and I wasn't upset because he was hurt. I was upset of all the work he put in. And, like, his dream was to win a chip for the town. And so my wife comes up, and I'm fucking crying. She's like, "Get your shit together. You're the one who's supposed to hold this shit down." And I was like, fuck it. Fuck your son. He's a bitch. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I just want to do it for effect.
Oh, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I've done that.
But yeah, so I would agree with you that like 1,000%, you know, and I think also too, females got to allow men to be able to have that conversation with your wife or girlfriend and not just look at us fucking weird either.
Wait, yes.
You know what I mean?
It
Like
took me 1 second to put it all
yeah,
together.
like
Yes.
to be comfortable with that. Like my wife is very much a talker, so she's like, "Let's talk about her feelings." Like,
But even they don't understand it.
well, they can't, but you don't have to. This is what I tell people. Like, I haven't had a fight with my wife ever, and we've been together 4.5 years now. We've had disagreements, we have discussions,
Yeah.
but the biggest thing I think is understanding the perspective and being like, okay, I understand your perspective. I don't think you're right, but I understand your perspective, and I think that is the technique for a successful couple. And so this way we could be open about our feelings. You may not necessarily understand it or agree with it. You're like, okay, that's the way you're feeling, right? It's not, even if you don't understand why I'm feeling that way, just know, hey, I'm feeling this way and respect it.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
get that.
And that way you can move forward and not harbor things later on where you cycle back to it.
Yeah, like, and I'm still learning to do that. My wife is very much, hey, something bothers her. She's having the conversation right now.
Unfortunately,
like, immediately.
Women are generally smarter than we are.
He'll
Bro.
admit that.
Bro, they can't even be president of the United States. Yo, P.S. By the way, there's a bunch of female presidents in the world, so it's not a novel idea. Get over it, fucking people. That's for another day, because I'll go on a fucking rant.
The way I try and stay away from politics and religion.
No,
I
I fucking talk about all of it, dude. I was a Mormon for 2 years. Holler at your boy.
Yeah,
2 years?
Mind blown. Yeah, just 2 years. Yeah, I was trying to get in those blonde hair, blue eyed Betties.
What,
I was like,
was it like a
Wolf.
pair of socks?
Yeah,
You
dude,
can just change them?
I was a
Is
fucking.
that what religion is?
For real, bro. Yeah.
Actually, religion is. Oh, politics
just
really
decide-
is the same
Anything
way, too.
is, I mean, you could be a Democrat your whole life, then become Republican and be president.
Yeah, that's-
It's fucking wild.
You got a point.
Yeah.
You got a solid point.
But yeah, I'll talk about all the good shit.
I had a question for you now. I forgot what it was because I have ADD.
It's probably because I threw out the Trump card.
No.
You know what I'm gonna just talk about, because yeah, it really bothers me too, is the
boy.
people who wear fucking Trump t-shirts, and then they get mad when people fucking pick on them.
Thank you.
Like I don't like, hey,
You
I
did
don't
it.
like anyone that's really out there.
Yeah.
I like old man Tim from Minnesota because he's funny. But
He's wearing a flannel.
yeah, but don't come out with like a "fuck you Biden" t-shirt or "I love Trump" and then wonder why people are gonna say shit to you.
Exactly.
Right. You're asking for people to talk to you about it.
Like you are, like regardless of what fucking side of the aisle you are, you're gonna get shit. And two, like, it's fucking ridiculous that a game show host was the fucking president of our country. But that's yeah, some guy who walked around on TV was like, "You fired," and then that's who you voted for. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. I don't want to hear about it. But like, it's just, but like the fact. The fact that this is the best we have to offer is insane. But
Thank
like,
you. Thank you.
it's just it's wild. But the people who like Trump people are the worst because they just brag about Trump and then they get mad when you say shit about Trump.
Exactly.
And I'm a big believer, just don't be a douchebag and we would be all right in life. But like the fact that this is where we're at is insane. Like the fact, this is how crazy our country is that a president almost got assassinated and we moved on in 2 weeks. Like, bro.
Don't even get me started on that one.
Like,
I already have 2 episodes where that was all set up.
What? No. Yeah, set up whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yes, obviously, dude, no one's getting near the president with a fucking AR and a tripod.
Thank you.
Looking like some dude from Goonies.
Right.
Like that kid couldn't.
Scraggly little bastard.
That dude couldn't get to my lunch table in high school. Like, he's not getting near a fucking president. Right? Like, but the fact that, like, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. Like, how can you not believe it happened? This guy incited a riot at the White House. Like, he incites violence. You get what you have coming.
Yep.
And 2, he's not a hero because he was just at a fucking rally. The guy who's a hero is who saved his fucking wife and kid from getting shot, and he died.
And up until like 2 months ago, he's a felon.
What? I mean, he's still a felon, and people haven't talked about the fact that felons can't have weapons. So legally, I don't even think he can be president because he can be in charge of the military. So in effect, and he's in charge of a nuclear weapon. So my client, who got bagged for selling fucking weed, can't go to Dick's and buy a pistol. But this dumb motherfucker was getting 6 felonies. He's like, oh, check out my nuke. Like, it's fucking insane. Like, no one has, like, and I'm not even.
Thank you.
I'm not even smart. Like, I'm not a smart person. I don't watch politics. I don't give a. I watch it now because I want to know what's going on the Daily Show because that's where I get my fucking news because Jon Stewart's my hero. But it's
great.
It's insane. Like, people don't even think about that. Like, think about it. It's insane. And then you get the Harris people. Like, she couldn't get 1 vote to get on the ticket 4 years ago. Like, and now everyone's like, yo, she's got $400 million. Like, it's insane to me. But like that's why no one wants this job anymore. Like none of the best people want the job anymore.
And that's exactly why we are where we are.
Yeah.
With these 2 morons.
Like and for me, like I just want a president who's a good salesperson because they're not doing much.
That's why Obama was good.
That's why Clinton was good.
Because he was a talker.
Even like go bring it back to Roland. I love Roland. I don't give a fuck if he got a free kitchen and a boat. Like he was making his goddamn money because people liked him. I want someone who's ratchet in the office, like snake oil salesman in the office, dude. I want you selling me some like pyramid scheme. That's what we need. We needed some pyramid scheme president, right? Like, so just go sell some shit and let like the fucking nerds run the country.
Exactly.
But it's insane, and it's like, and I think it's hilarious because of the trickle down effect with the kids. So all of a sudden my stepson's like a Trumper, right? Like, I don't know where this fucking came from. It's probably just TikTok feed. And so my wife's just raging out the other day. She's just like, could you believe this shit? Because she read Project 2025 and all of a sudden my wife's at rallies. And he's like, well, you know.
Right next to Vincent Fusca.
Yeah, so he gets all like, he's like, well, you know, no one fucks with us when Trump was in office. I was like, who exactly was fucking with us?
Who's
like,
fucking with us
who
now?
ever fucks with us?
We do.
He's like, well, Biden had to take the troops out of Afghanistan. And I'm like, well, first of all, you have no idea what you're talking about. Second of all, why we were there? He's like, I don't know. I was like, that's what everyone said. So 3 are they supposed to come out at some point? like, and I don't get mad at him because he's a fucking kid. But like the whole fact that like you get the weird Trumpers that like, no one fucks with Trump. Like, no one, you could have fucking Snoopy in the office, and no one's fucking with someone who's got a big red button. But everyone, you know what the funny thing is? People are like, "There's no one fucked with us when Trump was in the office." No, they did. We fucked with our own shit. Like, we rioted our fucking capital, which is insane. Like, and people are just like, hey. Like it happens. Like it doesn't happen.
It does not happen.
It happens at Walmart's. Like, like Walmart's and Targets get looted.
Yeah. Yep.
Like West Farms Mall, Louis Vuitton, go loot some shit. But like no one loots a fucking White House.
Unless you're trying to get his hair.
Yeah, and like imagine being like the vice president, right? Like what's wrong with JD Vance just lining up with this guy? But like, he let Pence out there like, yo, kill the motherfucker. He's crazy. And then you got Teddy Ruxpin out there now. Looks like Trump's son in a movie. Like he could go play Trump's son in a movie. Like out here fucking couches. Like, and I don't even care if it's a rumor, but it's hilarious. And that's why fucking Timmy from Minnesota is my hero, because he made the couch joke. He's like, hey, if you could get off the couch, you know?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know Timmy from Minnesota was a real person.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that out.
No, Timmy. But it's
Timmy.
I just learned something new.
Yeah, listen, dude. You're gonna learn a lot with me. But anyways, that was my fucking politics rant. You know,
All right.
Yeah.
we did a on my
Got it
pod-
out of you now?
Yeah, I feel better now.
Ooh.
It's like it's
like
like
a weight is
releasing
lifted.
like a big fart.
Yeah.
It's just like
That's what it is.
we did one. My my partner Joe, he's pretty inappropriate at times, and we did this one just before
If you
Christmas. No, just before Easter. He went on this fucking crazy like Jesus rant,
Oh,
and it's like top 5 things that's fake about religion.
Jesus is Jewish.
Well, we never aired it.
Oh.
I nixed it because we were just starting. I'm trying to get followers. I'm like, bro, I can't come out here and make fun of Jesus. Now I can because I'm a celebrity, but
Yeah.
it was fucking wild.
I did one of those in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I had an old baseball coach of mine on, and I'm like, this is like wildly inappropriate for a podcast that's just starting out.
It was
Like,
rough.
and I got the one guy that was supporting us was like, you can't have that. I don't want to be associated with it. I was like,
Well, because just have a conversation about it. Like it's if you think about it, right? I love fucking zealous religious people because they fucking it's my favorite thing in the world, right behind Trumpers, and it's just like they're so crazy about it, right? Like, and this is what I don't understand. Like, go ahead.
no,
We
I just
gotta
want,
tie it up.
I'm going to tie 2 things into one: your profession,
Yeah.
and religion. Go.
Ooh.
He's like,
No,
I mean, I can't be. Me personally, I can't go and be like a church going person and be a good criminal attorney because that shit
doesn't
don't
work.
jive. Like it doesn't. But people always ask, like, because I'll represent like rapers, kid diddlers, fucking all of it. And one, it's not my job to judge people.
It doesn't matter if it's your job or not. Everybody judges everyone.
Well, no, because I separated it out from like, hey, it's my job. They're not my friends. I'm not hanging out with them. So I'm able to do it that way, and it's not for everybody. I mean, I will tell you, it's challenging to leave it at the office. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna come out and do this and then be like, P.S. By the way, on Sunday when you go to church, everything's forgiven. Like it's fucking wild. And the worst part is like. You can't have conversations with people. There's a million religions out there, and whatever's right for you is right for you, right? But it's not the truth.
No, it's not.
Because they say, hey, what's your faith? Okay, that's your faith. So you don't know the truth, because if you knew it was true, you need no faith. Like, if you think about it, like, faith is the opposite of truth. And if it works for you, cool.
It's not the opposite of truth. It's a blindfold to the truth. Like,
Yeah, I like that.
You're hoping for the truth.
Yeah, like yes.
That's faith.
And if that guides you to be a good person, I am down with it. No matter what, you go
Exactly.
worship a fucking frog. I don't care. Just don't be a dick.
Tree.
But like
A metal post,
yeah,
whatever.
Like, but like the just judging like everybody. I'm a big. I mean, listen, I'll poke fun at everybody. I don't give a fuck. Y'all get it. Everybody gets it. Like even across the board. But like, I don't care what you're doing in your personal life. If it's not affecting me and my 7 Walnut Tree Road, holler at me if you want to send me a card. That's my address.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep, live there.
Oh,
I
boy.
got 2 big fucking dogs too, so come through. Don't try to rob my ass.
Dare you.
Yeah. But I think it's if everyone just stayed in their lane and worried about what they were doing, because we got our own shit.
If
to
nobody
deal with.
worried.
Yeah.
Nobody worried, period.
Period. I mean, you're gonna worry.
About
right?
what?
But like, worry about your shit. Like worry. Like, if you took care of your house, then your life is good. Like, no matter what's going on in the outside world,
Right.
down the sidewalk, I'm good in my house. Like,
True
I
story.
know when I go home, I'm good in my house. So I don't care what you're doing in your yard, your sidewalk, across the street.
Just don't
I'm
let
good.
your dog poop on my lawn.
Oh, no, we have one of those in the neighborhood too. Just
Oh, boy.
poops everywhere. Poops everywhere. But like, it's just, I wish people could have more of that perspective of it, because people are like, do you believe that all this shit's happening in government? Like, I don't care. Like, I
don't
really
care.
don't. Like, I'm gonna go home.
At the end of the day, what does it really do to you?
Nothing.
It's like inflation, whatnot, but that's everyone.
But it's everyone,
And you're not
everyone-
gonna stop
and
it.
you adjust.
Yeah.
Like you pivot. Life is
Exactly.
about pivoting.
What does it really matter who is president?
No, like, I mean, I think it does if it's inciting hate.
Well, that I understand.
That's the. I mean, theoretically, you could put anyone in there as far as policies and whatnot. If you know how government runs, the president's really not doing too much.
Doing anything.
Right. But I think it's what I get worried about is you're legitimizing crazy fucking people.
Fair enough.
Like
another Hitler.
Like, there's never been a time in history where people would come out and say "fuck the president" and put a flag in their front yard. Like, regardless of how you feel about the president, the fact that you have like you're out here and it's not fuck the president. You're basically saying fuck this government in our country. That's the way I look at it, because this is a system. The system, you vote, this is what happens. You got to roll with it and respect the system.
I think we're in the middle of another civil war right now. It's a digital civil war, but it's happening and it's starting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always. I don't know if it's
there is a rift
happening.
between everything.
Well, I think there's always been a rift. I think we see it every day now. I don't think it's more. I think it's just we see it every day, and it's much more in our face.
The misinformation on the internet,
like anywhere,
it's really dividing everything.
Well, but I think everywhere there's misinformation.
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what MK Ultra is?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know what WM3 is?
No.
West Memphis 3?
No.
Okay. Well, then it's not going to be any kind of pertinence to ask you.
I'm sorry. All right, we'll Google for that. When I tell you, I don't watch the news.
No, they're older. It's not new stuff.
Well,
but
WM3 was in 1993.
Oh, dude, yeah, forget about it.
I didn't know if you came across it like a case reference or anything like that. And
the MK Ultra.
MK Ultra was in the 60s. It was in 69.
It was a government. It was like a government giving LSD to people.
Charles
US.
Manson was friends with the Grateful Dead, and it was it was mind control.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Oh,
TVs, internet, all that stuff.
Well,
that's what it is now. But
I think the dangerous part now is it's not just government, and it's everybody having control. You don't know who's putting all this information out here.
That's what I mean.
So I think for me, I'm not gonna go vet things and I don't have the time for it. He's a fucking moron.
Elon Musk tried to buy was pissed at Twitter.
Yeah.
See, he was like, "Fuck you, I'll buy you."
Yeah, I know.
Right. And I just watched Portnoy and Rogan go over this, and he went. And then you want to see everything all the records of what they had. They were lying about everything. Everything was a bot.
You know what's crazy about Eli? He gets had by AI all the time, it's his fucking job. It's everything fake he believes, dude. There's nothing more infuriating than Elon Musk, who's just a fucking idiot who struck gold somehow. Somehow. And people are like, he's a genius. No, people work for him out of the geniuses. But anything coming out of X has a slant. If you're acting like this is just a public forum for you to spread your opinion, there's no forum out there that does that.
But
it's
the
all
point was
slanted.
the bots from Twitter.
Yeah.
80% of Twitter was fake.
Of course.
So how come there's no control over that, no regulation, no anything?
Because the parties that control that stuff use it to their advantage. That's just how human nature is. So when I'm meeting with a client, I'm believing 25-30% of what they're telling me.
Oh, absolutely. They're telling their version of the truth.
And it's it's true for them. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone does it everywhere. No one's out here speaking, the 100% truth. They're speaking their truth, right? So if you know that going in, you get to control what you're intaking. And it's the whole thing with the Olympics and the fucking female boxer. Everyone it's oh my God, she's a dude, flies out the fucking window. Oh my God, and come to find out she's not a dude. She has this condition. But imagine her now. Right? She's I got all these fucking dude hormones, but I'm really a chick. And people thought I was grabbing my dick in the ring, but I wasn't. I was just itching my crotch. Right? You didn't see that video?
It's still kind of gross.
But... Well, I mean, it's not because you say it's gross, but dudes, I mean, we grab our dick all the time.
I do.
I'm just making sure mine is still there, because I am older now and I'm on tests, so my nuts are small. It's a bad side effect, but it also... Never mind, we're not going into that today.
Wow.
but I think that's a prime example of how fast shit goes and people don't vet anything.
They don't.
They don't vet...
And that's the mind control.
Yeah.
You get all you have to do is put something out front, and that's what's going to stick.
1,000%, but I think on the flip side, it's not it's our responsibility to regulate what we're intaking.
But we're not taught that.
Yeah, but people should know now, right? You should talk about it. There's a reason why I don't watch the fucking news. I'm probably the most least educated person, but I know a lot of shit.
You and I would get along great.
Yeah, I don't I know what works for me, and I'm sticking with that. And if I can help people out, I will. But I'm not watching the news because you believe that shit. No, I don't believe what CNN is saying. I don't believe what Fox is saying. I don't believe what anybody is saying. I literally, if I was to depend on my news, it'd probably be the Daily Show. Like,
right.
and that's like 100%. I'm confident in what's going on over there because it's hilarious.
But
it has
now,
some truth to
you're
it.
just like anybody that watches CNN or that watches Fox.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but like I'm not like,
Couldn't
but
you say the same
I
thing?
don't like, but I don't walk out of my house and be like, this is a fact. Like,
Fair enough.
I don't know if it's a fact
enough.
unless I can verify it personally myself. I have no fucking idea. Like, I just say shit to stir the pot, but don't be an asshole, and you're gonna be fine in life. Like that's how we end with. Don't be a dick. Every
Actually,
time.
I wanted to end with WM3. I'm going to tell you what it's about.
All right.
Look it up. And the reason I was trying to mesh religion in your
Are you using a pencil, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't seen a pencil in a long time.
I know. Well,
He's construction.
I'm in construction, so I have pencils all the time.
Softball and construction. You are a fucking manly man.
Yeah, I'm the guy. I'm the guy.
I mean, you do
hate.
have beaded bracelets on though, so
I'm
you're
the-
throwing me off a little bit. It's
I'm-
kind of fucking weird.
Hey, I never would have guessed you were an attorney.
I hope not, bro. Don't tell people that.
Well, you just did.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I
was
wouldn't have said
lying.
it if
It's
you
fake
didn't.
news. It's fake news.
Yeah, this is CNN or Fox. I forget. But WM3 was 3 8-year-old kids were killed in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Mhm.
They were killed by who was supposedly 3 18-year-old kids. Oh, no, an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, a 16-year-old. Anyway, it was a whole town of like 3,500 people. And it was just swamped with religion. And it was like the way everybody came around, it was two adults that, I'm sorry, did it.
Yep.
They did it.
Yeah.
And they shrouded themselves in the religion to get out of it and blamed it on these 3 kids that didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take a look at it.
You don't know if they did it or not. But
Oh,
they
I know
did
they
get
did it.
off. Actually, years later, they were released, right?
They were
overturned
released
it?
because they knew that when they were sentenced, after that, everybody started dying.
Yeah.
And they're not killing them. They're in jail.
Yeah.
So
but
it's not these guys.
Yeah, I think, but you got to find the balance of what's your truth, and I think if you do that, you're fine. I think, then you get the other side where everyone has a conspiracy theory. I think everyone is. I got that. And I had like my client today. I was dealing with a custody case. He's very much that. He doesn't trust anything. And I think that's a difficult way to live life either. I think for me, it's, hey, I know what's going to work for me, what's good for me. And that's how I control the information as much as I can. Especially with just outside my world. I tell people I protect my happiness. I protect my world.
Yeah.
That's it. My peace. That's my biggest thing in my life. My money now buys me peace. Like, I just want peace when I get home. So any of the outside noise, I could turn down the volume. Because the only thing I'm worried about controlling is my house, my little globe in the world, and then doing this shit and sharing this shit. This was a fucking blast, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little nervous, and I'm like, what are we gonna talk about? But this was pretty.
I could sit here and talk to you about anything you want at any point in time. I'll
Funny,
just gab.
no plan, and it totally worked.
Yeah, I had a
My-
blast.
I've said that forever. I don't plan for anything really,
Yeah,
and it just goes.
yeah.
I got no plan.
I find like sometimes it's like for like when I'm doing my podcast, sometimes we have some type of structure. I'll do a quick outline. These are the things I want to hit on. And then other times we just riff. And often the times when you riff, it's the best thing. But I think even if like we were doing this today, but I think we had a pretty constant theme throughout it. So like I loved it. I think we did well. But
This is what a podcast is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
You just get on there, you start talking about stuff that's important, stuff that
Like
means stuff.
Yeah, and maybe put a fan in the fucking room, bro. It is like I'm gonna. Come
I
in here with
literally
no
told you
fucking
that coming in
pants.
here. And I said to you, I sweat as much as you do, probably.
Like, it's insane. If you
It
guys
is.
like, it's so bad in here, guys. Like,
It's only 78 degrees in here.
dude. My wife would love it. Like, I
This
almost
is not
divorced my
Florida
wife.
hot.
Like, I've never wanted to hit a woman so hard in my life. But I came
Whoa.
home one night and my house was.
We do not
78.
condone that.
Yeah, I didn't do it, dude.
I'm just saying, we don't condone it.
I just said I wanted to because it was so. I left the house. I was so mad. It was so hot because my wife could live on the fucking sun, dude.
You watch. We'll walk right through that door.
Oh, it's like yeah.
Dude, it
10
can't be.
de-
It
10
can't be.
degree
It
temperature
can't be. It
difference.
can't be fucking cold enough. Hold on, I got some attorney. A client of mine just had an FBI execute search warrant on
Maybe-
his business.
Oh.
Yo, you fucked. Yo, been about to get paid, bitches. Yo, fuck this. I'm going on a big time podcast now. Yo, yeah, do
Oh,
fat
man.
work.
Oh boy.
Yo, if you get arrested tonight, holla at your boy 860-680-5731. That's the plug. That's my celly. Text me, hit me up, DM me. Do not send me dick pics or titty pics. Either one. I can't have either one of those in my phone.
You know what I'm doing tonight?
Oh no, dick pic.
I'm sending him a dick pic.
God damn, yo.
Sending him a dick pic.
I'll tell you about my favorite divorce case, then we'll leave. So I had a client. I feel so bad about this. So girl was a super young girl that married a couple of years. Husband was like a celebrity chef, right? Like fucking looked like a dude's dude. Like I'd fucking hang out with that guy. He's fucking drinking whiskeys. Fucking this dude was slamming sausages, bro. Right? So like, hey, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with. Like, go plug a hole. I don't care, bro. Like, frankly, I wish everyone was gay but me, because then I get all the chicks in the world that I fucking crush life. Everyone be gay but me, right?
Maybe-
So I love
Maybe
gay
there's some
people.
pigmen running around.
Yeah, I love gay people, right? Like, they're, have a good time. I don't care what you're doing. But this dude, she finds 1,000 dick pics in his phone. Not like his dick, like 1,000 rando dick pics. So I got to do a depo, and I'm like, they didn't know how to pics. I'm like, yo, who's that? And I was pointing to the dick pics.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's like, what? I was like, who's that? That's not your dick. And, oh, dude, it was a great time. The attorney was having a fucking
Oh,
stroke.
my God.
And I had him printed out at Staples in color.
Stop.
Yeah, dude. So, listen, like, if you're married and you're cheating, just delete the fucking pictures. Well, one, don't cheat. Like, just fucking leave. It's the most annoying thing in the fucking world. And two, if you are, just delete the pics, bro. That's all I ask. Like, it's just, because people are fucking crazy, dude. Like,
People are crazy.
Like, it's just, like, divorces are, like, they're all fucking the funniest stories ever. But that'll be for another day, because I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Yes, we're out of here.
It's fucking gross.
We are out of here.
This
Thank
was
you for
great.
coming in.
No, this was great.
I hope you come back and do it again, because this was a great time.
Oh, we're going to have you on our show. This is going to be
That would be great. I would love to. If you want me on, let's
No, we're going to...
Oh, yeah. I won't be invited.
No, next time we got to get her a little more involved.
It's okay. I was just here for fun. Hey, I want to be.
I didn't know if she wanted
I
to or
knew
not.
the two of you would take over the conversation.
That was kind of the other thing. Like,
Well, we are pretty awesome, though. Like, I mean...
pretty.
You're
Yeah,
both
I mean, we are the...
minded talkers.
I'm completely awesome. I tell everybody that all the time.
I am a legend.
I can see it.
Legend.
I can see it.
It is. It's tough being me. It's my cross I bear. Me and Jesus.
Yeah.
I said that shit in court today, by the way.
Oh my God. You know what? On that note,
Vin just compared himself to Jesus. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
we're gonna come to the end of this episode now. Check in. Look at us next week. I don't even know what the hell we're gonna be doing at this point, but thanks for joining us, and as always, be good.
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, it's Dedo. Thanks for checking out the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to us. We can hook up, interact. You can tell us what you like about the show. Talk about what you don't like about the show. Give us information and insight. We'd appreciate it. We only want to make the show better for you guys. Also, if you get a chance, head over to sumassembly.net. That's our sponsor, and you could really use some business. All right? As always, everybody, be good.
Saki Doomy.
Hey everybody, you down in life a little bit? You need some help? Check out today's episode. We got a guest. His name is Vinny. He's here. He's a life coach. Check it out. See what he has to say. See what he has to do. And contact him. Certainly can't hurt, right?